What's up, folks? Boxing and Bagels
What
back.
up? What up?
This is our recap of UFC 314 last night from Miami. Oh, no, it was in Tampa. No, was it Miami?
It was in Miami.
Miami, Florida. Last night, kind of what I expected. You were 0 for 3. And
I was 0 for 3.
Your picks weren't the greatest.
No, they weren't.
I was right on, except for I didn't know. I thought Pitbull would do better, but we're going to go recap that. We also have Boots Ennis.
Yes.
Comes back with a victory in Atlantic City. First time in Atlantic City in a long time for boxing. We see where he goes from here with his potential.
How was the crowd there?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he draws pretty well down the Philadelphia, Atlantic City area.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
May 2nd card, we will go over the tariffs went into effect this week in a big way. That's our Bagels section.
Okay.
And baseball started, and we also have a KO of the week.
KO of the week.
Which one do you guys want? What do you want to start with?
Let's start right up with you want to go main event and work our way down?
Okay, so UFC 314 last night. Alexander Volkanovski regains his championship by a unanimous decision. Scores were 48-47 and two were 49-46. Diego Lopez, I think he actually knocked Volkanovski down.
Yeah.
And did okay. But again, I think it was what I thought going into the fight was just the experience of big time fighting that pushed Volkanovski through.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I thought Lopez was going to win. I thought he was just the younger, fresher fighter. I thought he was going to. I think the last fight that Volk was in I thought was going to take a lot out of him. He came in greatest shape of his life, and he did what he had to do.
He did get beat up though.
He did. I saw his face did not look good.
Yeah, he got beat up a little bit. I thought that was a telltale sign that you're getting older. Remember George Foreman, as he was getting older, he would get punched up a little bit and get beat up, and he'd bruise up pretty quickly. Your elasticity in your face doesn't have.
Do you notice that Alex is a big fan favorite? They love Alex.
Yeah, no, I will say Diego Lopez did win me over a little bit. I wanted to see him win only because Volk has been there before. I think this would have done a lot for Lopez's family and what he said in the press conference. But unfortunately, that's not the end of Lopez.
No, just the beginning.
Just the beginning. I think he's young, and this might be who was the one kid who fought Max Holloway too soon? Ortega. It could be something like that, and similar to he fought Volkanovski too.
Yeah,
and he might be better or he might be worse. I don't know. It could be either or. It depends. Some people get worse. Some people get better. I think in this case, Lopez gets better.
Yeah, I think he has a good head on his shoulders. Ortega went opposite when he lost.
He didn't do well.
No.
But the eye poke that Lopez got Volkanovski with, I will tell you, the thing that Volk did, he kept fighting.
Yep.
He just walked right through it, said, okay, not so bad. It didn't put like most fighters would turn to the ref and say, my eye, he didn't. He got away from him.
Yeah, but the eye got jacked up.
Yeah, no, his eye looked really bad from that. But anyway, from here, Volkanovski, I think you're going to expect a rematch here because it was close enough that you could do a rematch. I think so. So I think that's what you're going to look for now. Volkanovski, because Topuria has moved up. He's now up in the next weight class. Mm-hmm. So there really is nothing there. This was for the vacant championship, and they won. Let's go to the second fight. This one, you were surprised in this one. I don't like Chandler. I think he's lost 3 in a row, and he ends up falling into this spot because Conor wasn't around. Oliveira he lost to.
Yep.
And this was actually a good fight from Pimblett because it was right at that level where if he lost, it wouldn't be so bad.
Yep.
But if he won, it catapults him a little bit further. What did you think of? What did you think of first? What did you think of Paddy Pimblett?
You know what? I never thought Paddy had a good chin. I thought that Michael Chandler was going to go in there and start throwing bombs like he did in the first round. But hey, you got to give it to Paddy. I did not expect that. I was never big on him. I think how
were you as far as Chandler though?
I was bigger on Chandler. I thought
that's the thing. I was not.
I was bigger only
for some reason. I just never was. I thought he was a wrestler who.
And that's what I thought. I thought he would wrestle Paddy, but Paddy's got a good takedown game.
Chandler's the Arturo Gatti. Like he's a guy who you're gonna pay to watch. It's exciting, He never wins the big one.
No, and the thing is I think waiting for McGregor
Dad pushed him back.
Messed
He's
him up
38
a lot.
years old now.
Yeah, you can't do that when
wrestlers
you're
at 38 aren't good.
No,
they're because of the injuries. They're just never good. They're never good.
And he got hit with a huge knee that just wobbled him.
Yeah. That's the one that started the whole thing.
Yeah.
But did you see so now you weren't big on Patty?
No, I'm not. I am now. He's winning me over a little bit.
Okay.
He's winning me over. He fought who he fought? He fought Tony Ferguson. People that are on the tail end of their career.
I don't know if Tony Ferguson was the greatest.
No, but they're on the tail end of their career.
Right.
When I want to see him go against Illy. I want to see him go against
But I mean, like, if I could right now, I'm going to look real quickly.
I think him and McGregor would be a great fight for the fans.
Yeah, I think McGregor's done. But let's look at Patty's record overall and who he's fought here. We'll go to Tapology. That's usually a good one. Who he's fought. So obviously Michael Chandler,
Green.
Then Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson.
I mean, come on, you don't really see nobody.
I mean, but considering who he's been in there with, Bobby Green ain't bad for his his fifth fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights. Yeah, I mean 79. That's not bad for him to fight there. Chandler, pretty good.
My thing was he got Chandler out of there. I thought it was going to be, if anything, points.
Yeah, I thought so too. Chandler walked into that knee. Once he got hit with that knee, that was about it. I'm going to quickly look at the rankings here. Rankings.
Chandler does get wobbled funny.
Well, when he does get, man, that thing is making some noise. That's pissing me off.
I know.
Man, I think it's making some crazy noise.
Oh, it's when you're typing.
Let's see the rankings here for the UFC.
Let's see. There he is.
Okay, where are we at?
To the right.
Where are we at? Okay. Taporia out of he vacated the championship. He's moving up. I don't think he'll fight Marab right away.
No, he's going to go against Eli. Islam. I'm sorry.
Maybe they're saying maybe.
No, but Volk will. Someone would have to drop. I don't think anybody's going to go.
No, not if you don't. No. You're going to see.
Let's see, who is it?
Volk. You have. I think you're going to go with you're going to have.
Now there's one fight right there that
Yair Rodriguez.
Yeah. He is.
We'll talk about that next. But that would be
different styles.
Different style. That could be a possibility. You're going to want to stay away from. You're going to want to.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
There's going to be no one in that division.
Brian Ortega is still ranked 6th.
Jeez.
He said Arnold Allen ain't bad.
He's not bad,
but I don't think him fighting there would be a him leaving Ilia Taporia leaving the division leaves it wide open.
I will think this. Rob beats Sean O'Malley. Mm-hmm. Sean O'Malley goes up in weight.
Possibility, because we got here. You got the bantamweight, the featherweight, and the lightweight. Eli Taporia.
Where's Patty ranked?
I don't think he's in the top 10 right now.
No, light heavyweight. Let's go.
No, he's not.
He's in the light heavyweight.
Lightweight?
Yeah, lightweight.
Is he ranked there? There he is.
Number 12.
10. No, 12. 12. Yeah, ranked 12. There he is.
Him and Hooker will be a good fight.
I think if he moved up.
He's going to move up right where Chandler is. So where's Chandler?
He wants to fight Islam.
He's going to get killed by Islam.
He get killed. Chandler, I think, was top 10.
He's
but I'm
7.
Not sure.
He's 7.
7. Yeah, he's going to drop down significantly because that's 0-4.
Yeah,
that's 0-4 in the last 4 fights.
McGregor really got him.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have beat McGregor. You know what? I take that back. They're both kind of just like tossed in, and whoever wins. They'd be good in bare knuckle.
Yeah,
because they don't want to wrestle.
Could you see Patty?
What's that?
Justin?
Oh, that's not a bad fight. That's not a bad fight. Justin Gaethje against Patty. Yeah, that's not a bad fight. Oh, that'd be a real good fight.
Justin beat Chandler.
That would be a real good fight.
I can see Dan Hooker too, but
did Justin beat Chandler?
Yeah, remember in Madison Square Garden. Great fight. It was like round by round.
Oh yeah, he did. That's right. I remember that. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I could see that. Yeah. And then where does that leave Volkanovski? Maybe Max Holloway. Maybe Max
No,
Holloway.
he won't fight Max. Max is fighting Dustin Poirier for the BMF fight.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Well, that won't be bad. Well, let's then round this off with the last fight that I thought was good. Yair Rodriguez, Pitbull, Patricio Pitbull. He wins by unanimous decision, 30-27, 30-27, 30-27. Not Pitbull's best. He looks slow.
Yep.
And I thought it was UFC jitters that they often say is legit.
Yep.
It looked that way because I thought he was going to walk through him. Didn't exactly happen.
Yair's kicking game is
But I thought Yair had something else on his mind because of the heated argument he got into with Lopez at the press conference. Now, let me ask you this here.
Go ahead.
You got Lopez here. Rodriguez ranked 5th. Lopez might get dropped down a little bit. Rodriguez might go up a little bit. That would be a good potential.
I think that's the fight that they're gonna, if they don't do a rematch with Diego
right away. They could, because that seemed like but with that heat that they had, that could be a possibility. So that fight shocked me a little bit. What did you think?
Yeah, it didn't shock me because Yair's, he's great. His style is different. He comes with it, but I really thought Pitbull was gonna be, just wrestling him and doing
slow.
Yeah, he did,
really
and he
slow.
couldn't. The kicks, Yair was pushing him back with the kicks. A lot of kicking that it just was very, very, very bad style for Pitbull.
Yeah, I think you realize, he would dominate. Pitbull would dominate in Bellator, PFL, and look at the difference here.
Well, he just got knocked out in
who did?
Pitbull and Rise. What was it? The Ryzen and
Oh, really?
That little when they have both.
Oh, yeah.
Bellator versus. Yeah. He lost with that. So,
I didn't remember that. And then last but not least, to round out, Bryce Mitchell had a lot of controversial stuff going on.
I feel bad for him. I do.
Well, I don't know if you want to say that.
No, because he put himself in a position that he had, but he's getting a lot of heat, and
I don't know if you should be using siding with.
I'm not signing with him.
No, I'm saying siding with Hitler.
No, that's what I said. He put his, but I felt bad. I just think it just wasn't the thing he meant to say, but it came out differently.
Jeez, I don't know about that.
I feel bad.
I mean,
but I'll tell you what,
John Silva with a ninja choke.
Yeah, but he's going to be an up and comer. He is.
I didn't realize he was that good.
Yeah,
he's the real deal. I think it's a rare submission.
Can you go look at who's in the division?
The division rankings of their weight class. Let's see.
I don't even think he's ranked. Any of them. Well, Pitbull wouldn't be.
No, Pitbull wouldn't be. Let's see. No. Not ranked either one of them. But not I mean, Bryce Mitchell, you wouldn't expect him.
No, Bryce Mitchell. No.
He got blasted out of there. Okay.
Now let me ask you this. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I said no. Go ahead. Go.
I was going to. Did you happen to see the eruption when Mr. Trump came in?
Yeah. You know what? I was watching MMA Joey.
Okay.
Man, when you have Trump derangement syndrome, you got it like hardcore.
Why?
I mean, he was just like, they're all glazing Trump. Look at it. I mean, there's 17,000 people there.
Mm-hmm.
They're not all wrong. Okay.
No.
He had the whole cabinet there. I don't know. I don't know.
But the thing is, I love that Trump does that. I love that he goes.
It humanizes him.
Yep.
It humanizes Trump. And that's kind of the UFC fan base. And what's weird is that MMA Joey wouldn't kind of lean in towards that, because that's the fan base.
Yeah.
That's who you're looking at.
Mm-hmm. And I bet you he won every.
I mean, I think if you looked at him and if you did, in fact, actually sit there with Trump, and you sit there with even the other side or whatever, you'd kind of come to a mutual agreement.
Yeah.
Not everybody is bad. I mean, there are some stuff that's coming out that I'm like, man, this is really bad. But I don't think it's, I really don't think, like, what, here's the other thing that I look at, and we'll get into the Trump stuff. None of this stuff is going to affect us. It doesn't affect us. We're not going to change the outcome of anything. They're not going to change our lives. We have to change our own lives. Doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't, because what are we going to do? They're billionaires, all of them, billionaires, multimillionaires. And I like MMA Joey. Okay. I like him. It's hard to watch. It was hard to listen to, because, you know, he's on this thing of Trump, and he hates Trump, hates Dana White. I don't think he understands the reality of.
But you know what's funny? Then I mean, he's getting a paycheck from covering it.
Oh, well, YouTube, yeah, but you know, I don't know. I just find it very strange. It was weird. It was weird watching it, because I'm like, damn, this kid's like.
But you like him.
I like him. I think he has good, valid points, and I'd love to go, you know, and debate him. But you know, he comes out with some stuff, man. Like, man, they're shoving Donald Trump down our throat, and no, they're not. He was doing it before. So, you know, and Donald Trump helped Dana White. Yeah. Donald Trump helped the guy who built the sport that you're covering. Be successul. And
Trump gave.
I don't agree with everything that Trump says.
No,
I don't agree with everything. Sometimes I even told you, I'm like, dude, there's gonna be a lot of collateral damage here with this stuff. I haven't told you. I said there's a lot of collateral damage. With
people are going to start turning a little.
Turning. You know, when you start going to, and the other thing also that we'll get off topic a little bit was, well, shit, we might as well get into it with the tariffs and stuff. With Doge, that stuff, there is going to be collateral damage because people don't understand it. There are certain rules in place that have gone on for years that they just fall by the wayside. That's why there's going to be collateral. If you don't think they can understand, matter of fact, I saw this today in China, what they're doing right now in Beijing.
Okay.
You have to walk down the street one way and walk down the street the other way, because there's so many people there. Okay. If you don't, they take money out of your bank account. Fine.
Okay.
Now, if you don't have money in your account, they lower your social score. It's like a credit score. They lower it, so you get less money. If you don't think, that stuff is coming here.
Oh, I know it's coming here.
It's going to come here. And once that happens, you're going to have UBI. Once UBI is set in, then they control the money, and they tell you how much you get. And you better obey, because they're going to take it.
Now, is the dollar bill dropping fast or no?
I don't know what's going to happen with the dollar. I mean, right now, it's. I saw a stat that said if you bought an iPhone in the next 6 months, it's going to be $800 more if they bought from China. But the smart move that Cook did, the CEO of Apple, he started building stuff in India, moving stuff over there. In India, if you bought an iPhone, it's only going to cost you $60 more. So we do need cheap labor for manufacturing, because they won't do it here. It'll cost us thousands and thousands of dollars if we built it here. I agree with that. But you can't give me this social justice stuff if you have people making 75 cents an hour doing your work.
Yeah,
you can't give me that. It's got to be fair across the board. Just make it fair. That I think it's a fair wage in India is not a fair wage here. A fair wage in Vietnam is not a fair wage here. There's a lot of different factors there, and I think there's a lot of this stuff is going to be a lot of backlash. It could brace yourself for about 6 to 8 months. It's going to get ugly. It's going to be up and down. The stock market's up and down. Keep your money in the stock market, because it's not going to go nowhere. The only one who gets hurt in a roller coaster who jumps off. So just hold on for about 6 to 8 months. I think 6 to 8 months is what's going to be.
And everybody's like, 6 to 8 months. That's pretty fast.
Yeah. Well, you got to figure it'll be the September.
It's like almost a year. It was in
Yeah, it'll almost be a year. Yeah, and nothing's really happened, but I mean, nothing of significance anyway.
We would see.
I don't think we're going to see much change. I don't think we're going to feel it because we're going to feel it on the consumer side because we're a consumer-based economy. So if we buy,
I think you would feel it. You
on the on the flour,
the business side.
Yeah, we are. How much? There's only so much we can raise prices. Although I did see eggs are coming down, cheese is coming down, but then gasoline went up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I heard coffee's going to go almost double. So there are some things there that are going to hurt you. So where we go from here, probably a wild 6 to 8 months, but then I think it calms down a little bit. The biggest factor I had, and I don't know what you think of this, is if they find everything from Doge and they find all the stuff that they have, where's that money going?
Like
if you found billions of dollars in fraud, where's it going?
I don't think it can be. I would want it to be spread out through everybody in the United States, but I don't think it will be.
I don't think it'll be anywhere. I think it's going to stay in the government.
I think it is.
I know they'll put it towards defense. They'll put it towards, it's going to be more government spending.
Or
so
I
basically,
think
you're robbing
go,
Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah, exactly. I think it would go more to like.
Should go to Social Security, Medicare. I think everybody should have Medicare. Everybody should be covered for the basic stuff.
Yeah.
You should get a physical every year. It's like, I just had cleaning on my teeth. You should have it. you should have it. You should have, free twice a year.
Exactly.
That's it. So,
but I'll be honest. You're talking about cleaning the teeth. You have dental insurance?
They don't cover anything. Nothing.
Nothing. I was nothing. Like, what is? But I know it's cheap. It's like $2 a paycheck, but still,
it's like cheap.
I'm like, what are we
paying for? Cleaning. My cleaning was about 30 minutes, if that.
I went to go get a tooth pulled out. They're like, you got to pay for yourself. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no extractions. I had a root canal paid for, but I have teacher insurance.
Yeah.
So my wife's a teacher. They get everything. So we pay a lot of taxes for it, but
maybe that's where the money should go. More, they cut the Board of Education, maybe towards like police officers and teachers stuff for the
but then turn to AI. AI is going to be taking over.
No, well, you're not going to be taking over police officers.
It could.
I think you still need. Unless you have a robot walk in.
I think you're going to. I
don't think we will ever see that.
No, our kids probably. I would hope we don't see it, but that's the start of it. You ever notice that everything that we've seen in the like Star Wars movies, that's all shit's coming. All that shit's coming.
It's crazy. It's like they added all play out.
Yeah. It's almost like we're living in the Matrix. I say it all the time. But one of the things I want to get to quick is if you could want to listen to this. At the press conference yesterday at UFC 314, Dana White was asked a question about the Ali Act. Okay. And it's a hot topic.
Yep.
I'm going to play it now. Let's see if I can get it up.
It all keeps getting better and better. Yeah.
Earlier this week, there was a news story that broke about the Ali Act potentially being amended by UFC TKO with a memo being sent in. Speculation ran wild as to what that could be. Can you talk to that a little bit?
I'd rather not. Thanks for asking.
Last question. Yeah.
Okay. So when you hear that look,
something's cooking.
Something's cooking, and I'm going to be honest with you. But here's the flip side to that. The Ali Act is a good act to protect some of the fighters. It's never been enforced. It's never been used. No one's ever sued for it. Maybe Tim Witherspoon sort of kind of did. But there is no, like, when the trainers and the managers start saying, yeah, maybe it's time we repeal it, that's done. No one's ever used it. It's not an act that you can, and maybe Kevin would be someone that could answer that better for us.
When you look at that, when you hear that, what do you think?
That's a done deal. It's going to pave the way for Dana White to run boxing the way he runs UFC. Not to say it's a bad thing, it's a business, but this UFC was different than boxing. Always been.
Yep.
So what do we say with this? This is the start of the slippery slope where now you're going to have fighters not making as much. And they're overpaid because it's a business.
Yeah.
But there also should be other guide rails. If you talk to people who were in WWF years ago, And now it's way different. They have coverage.
Yep.
They treat the wrestlers.
There was
good.
only a handful of people that
had guaranteed contracts. Stuff like that. Now it's a little different. Now with the UFC and TKO coming together with WWE, they might be doing that, which is good. That's good. I think that's good. The bad is there's a lot of other stuff out there. There's a lot of other things. And even Dana White said at the press conference, there's a lot of stuff he has to work out.
Yeah.
But that alone showed me that that's being moved, that's going to be repealed.
When he did that little grim smile.
Yeah. I mean, he knows that
and he
stuff.
usually is honest and will talk about anything. He didn't want to touch that one.
No, he didn't want to touch it. And again, when someone says that,
yep,
that body language said a lot to me. And I'm not saying it's going to be bad for fighters. We don't know. We don't know. It could be good. It could be good for fighters. I don't know.
Right away, it's going to be probably bad.
I don't know.
Because people are used to getting checks that there's a little bigger paydays.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the Ali Act. The Ali Act is more of who's the management, how that system's going to work.
Less corruption.
You can't be the manager and be the promoter. There's a lot of things. Remember, Don King got around with that by having his son be the manager. He was the promoter.
There'll be less corruption. Do you think?
I think one man's going to run that sport. It's going to be Dana White. That's what I think. Turkey Al-Sheikh ultimately.
Yeah.
But until he decides to get out of it, because Jesus, you're going to lose money hand over fist. Last night also, let's get to this topic quick as we wrap up on UFC 314 because we do not have a lot of time. Yep. Boutinas came out and destroyed Stanionis. He looked great, was dominant.
You said something that I was like, ooh, threw me back a little bit. You said that he would give Crawford a little.
I think he gives Crawford a run for his money, better than Crawford's going to give Canelo. I think Crawford was just wanted to get that one shot at the gold.
Okay.
And if he got the bag for that, he's going to make a lot of money. Awesome. But ultimately, Boots and Crawford are a closer matchup because he has got skills for days.
His footwork is crazy.
He has a pretty good chin too.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're going to knock this guy out. He's now 34-0. I mean, he unifies the WBA and IBF championship. It's going to be a good run for him at 147. Now the opponents at 147 that's the caveat here on this one. You have Garcia, you have Conor Benn, you have Mario Barrios, and you have Devin Haney. Of those fighters, they're all fighting.
Yep.
So the danger zone is if one of these guys loses, they're out of the running. If any of these ones were to lose, there's two that I think would lose. I think it's going to be Conor Benn because he's fighting Chris Eubank Jr. Chris Eubank is pretty big. And Devin Haney, Jose Ramirez is not bad. He's old, but he's not bad. That could be a trap fight for him. I think Garcia blows out Rolly pretty easily. The other fight, though, too, Arnold Barboza.
I know.
Tough.
Against Lopez.
Tough fighter. That's a fight that, it could go either way. If Barboza wins, that's a problem.
So if you said Ben, if Ben loses, would you give Boots a chance against Eubank Jr.?
Chris Eubank's a big dude. He's Conor Benn's going up in weight. If you're saying if
Ben loses,
yeah,
could you see Boots fighting?
He's gonna have to fight one of the winners. Boots is gonna have to fight one of the winners because I think he's gonna fight Garcia. That's my opinion.
I don't think so.
I think.
I can see him fighting Ben, even if Ben loses. But I think Haney and Garcia.
Haney ain't gonna fight him.
No, Haney's not gonna. I think Haney's gonna fight Garcia. That's the only one he's looking for. True.
I think that's the danger one. I think Haney may lose. Haney loses.
You think his head is there?
It's either gonna be Adrian Broner, or it's gonna be like someone who gets the title and gets better. It's one or the other. You don't know how this happens.
So go into this card. Let's go into this card.
All right, May 2nd. Yep. May 2nd here, Times Square. It's a free card, but it's only 3 fights. Yeah.
Do you like that? I like it. That's only 3 fights.
Yeah, 3 fights is good. It was reminded of the old TVKO days where you had like the main event and then 2 others, and that was it. I like that. I think it's good. I think it's
And it would be free.
it would be free. You're never gonna get in there. But the other thing is, he spent millions and millions of dollars. He's going to run it on all the screens in Times Square.
That's amazing.
So you're talking could be tens of millions of dollars. It could even be close to 100. Couldn't be close to 100.
So what is it getting sent out on pay-per-view? What is it?
I don't know. I thought it was free. It could be. It could be
the
the zone. I have no clue. You know what? I'm gonna look that up. But I
will it
think
be on cable TV, regular?
I think it's
basic?
free. I think it's free. Hold on.
Now, when they say it's free, they could be on ESPN. I mean,
I don't think it's on ESPN.
no, but that's what I'm just throwing out there. Like,
let's see. It is.
Is it going to be a streaming thing that you have to sign up for, or?
I have no idea. Let's see. It's Garcia Rowley. Garcia versus Rowley.
Just do Times Square fight.
How to watch? I don't know. I'm thinking the zone.
But you got to pay for the zone.
It's the zone. How to watch Rowley versus the zone? It might be freaks. I think they did something like that.
But you still
no pay-per-view.
Okay. So you got to pay for it.
Yeah. It is the zone pay-per-view. I thought it was free.
It's free to get in.
Yeah.
But no one's getting in.
Yeah, no one's getting in. I mean, it's going to be so packed there. That's ridiculous. But I think it's a
very smart move. I like it.
But no promoter in the United States would be able to do that.
Oh, no.
And that's why it's a smart move. Smart move. No, nobody in the United States pays for that.
I don't think it's ever been done to even like a concert or anything down in Times Square like that. Shut down Times Square.
Shut down Times Square.
Only New Year's Eve.
No, yeah. Yeah. That's it there. Let's go real quick as we wrap this up with the KO of the week.
Yes,
this week. This is a great one. Reminds me of Jersey Jay-Z versus Diz. Fight that I saw.
Let's see. Where'd you see that fight?
I saw this fight
in our basement.
In the basement. There it is. Boom.
Let me see it again.
Here it is. He's gonna go again. Gonna look at it. He goes walking right into a left hand. Boom. Oh, look out. There goes Jersey Jay-Z. Was right there at the floor. Let's say one more time here. Another look at,
whoa.
Knockout of the week right there. I don't know who that was. The old spinning fist technique.
Oh, geez.
And one last time there.
Boom.
Boom. There it is.
Oh, he just crumbled.
Just crumbles. You know you're in trouble when you go with your arm underneath you.
Yeah.
You're out. Yeah, not the best show for that guy. That poor guy. Hopefully he didn't have any fans in the crowd to watch him.
Well,
baseball's back, folks.
Yeah.
Baseball's back. They were warming up down in, I believe they were warming up down in
Florida. Unfold.
They're warming up.
Whoa!
Oh, they go. Warming up in Florida. What in the world?
Incident unfold.
This guy here he's getting ready for the. Wow, that guy's cell phone went flying. Look at that guy's cell phone.
Incident unfold.
He's what? For what reason? For no reason whatsoever, but to club the guy back. Like,
incident unfold.
This?
He's just looking. What's that crap? Hello.
He's like, who does this crap?
Oh
like
my
what is the matter
gosh.
with people? Why would they do that?
I don't know.
But baseball is back. Have the Yankees cooled down?
Yes, they did.
So the torpedo bats were just a fad.
Yeah, they're cooled down. The Mets cooled down. Mets were doing good. The Yankees and Mets have similar records. NBA playoffs start next week.
Next week, NBA playoffs start. NHL playoffs starting. NHL, yeah.
Are the Flyers in it?
They're out.
Oh,
they're out.
So her parlay went no.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
What do you think about Gretzky and Alex Ovechkin? Because I know you're a big Gretzky fan. Well, Michelle is, right?
Michelle is.
And you got the card.
It's always good to see that that Gretzky was good with it and everything else. That was cool. Hockey players have always been pretty cool.
Alex looks older than
I know.
Gretzky.
He's been in the league for years. They did like a time lapse. He's been in the league for years.
I know.
It was funny when we sat right behind the bench and that's what we saw.
Oh, you saw Capitals?
Yeah. And I'm like, who's this guy? And I texted Joe. I said, who's this guy? He goes, that's only probably one of the greatest players of all time. He's a big dude.
Yeah, very big.
So I was like, holy shit. And I was like, how old is this guy? He's in his 30s. He's like 38, if I'm not mistaken.
Is he 38? He looks like he's 55.
I know.
He has to be over. I think he's over 40.
No.
Ovechkin.
Let's see. He is up stats. He is. What we got here? Where is it?
Just
Come
go
on.
for his birthday. What's his? Here we go.
He was born in 85.
So he's 40.
40. 39. He'll be 40 in September. Yeah, so 38, 39, I thought he was. And that is a long. How long has he been in the league?
20
crap.
years.
Yeah. 20 years.
What about Sidney Crosby? What was his? I think he's been in.
Sidney Crosby, he's got Sidney Crosby. Sidney Crosby.
Age. I think he's 30 something.
37.
Jeez.
So think about the difference. Although he's won more cups. Ovechkin only has one.
Wow.
Yeah. I think Sidney's got 2.
But they still.
Yeah, they're hell of a player. Hell of a player. And you know, good for him. He's a good guy. He seems to know what he's doing. So, well, one last thing. Let's see if we can wrap this up. What do we have here going
WrestleMania?
on? WrestleMania coming next week. I was gonna go. Just with Easter and everything with Mom, I wanted to stay home. I was gonna go there. Plus, it's a pain in the ass. There's so many things happening. You got to pack up, and Michelle wanted to go and
to go see it.
Pack half her closet just for a day trip. So I didn't want to go, but we are going across country this year in the summer. We're going to take a van, go across country.
You know what I watch? You know what I think right there when I see that? National Lampoon's Vacation.
There probably will be something similar to that. But
Tort on top of the car. Oh no,
Tort. Yeah, Tort will be with us.
Is she?
No.
Oh, okay.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
No.
You want to take Nance on the way?
No. Oh shit. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. A quick boxing and bagels, more or less UFC this week.
Yep.
Next week we'll be around on probably Friday.
Yes.
Do a little something, maybe do a scheduled event because Easter is Sunday. We'll be open though. So that'll be the end of that. Coach Diz, anything else?
No, just like and surprise.
Like and surprise. Yeah. Like and subscribe to the program. We will see you guys next week.
Peace.